Hey guys, it's Cayley. I am back with another fall and winter things you should be looking for video. In the past couple of weeks, I have been doing a ton of videos breaking down for you some styles, some categories, some things to look for in just about any item that buyers look for every single year for fall and winter. What I love about these videos is we can really slow it down, talk about the details, the factors, and these are things that you can look for in any brand and not necessarily have to focus just on Bolos, because these factors can elevate the price of an item and also increase the sell-through rate. I've got some 3 live examples behind me, and these items are going to be in an upcoming Whatnot show. If you guys have never heard of Whatnot, it is an online buying and selling live auction platform. They've got a website and an app. I mostly use the app and I love selling on there. I've been selling some fall and winter items like these over the past couple weeks, and it's been so much fun getting everybody ready for back to school and preparing for fall and winter. If you are interested in these items or just checking out my shows in general, you can use the link down below and it will also be here on the screen. You can snag $15 off of your very first purchase. If you want to use that to sign up for Whatnot, it is completely free. So yeah, go check out my profile, see all the shows that we have bookmarked. If you bookmark those shows, you will be notified when those shows go live. And you don't have to just use that coupon off of one of my shows. If you can't make it, Whatnot has tons of shows going on all the time. It is not just clothing. You can use that coupon on any show. I hope to see you there and I hope you get a great deal. All right, so I have some very unassuming kind of category styles, things to look for today. And I think it's gonna be a really fun video. These are things that I look for every single year, and they are factors and things you want to be aware of that will really elevate any item. Okay, this is a category I have not shared a lot, but it is the one that I look for every single year, and they are dressy style coats. This one is a women's, but I also look for them in the men's department. They actually perform really well for me in the men's department. This one is a Talbot's size 18 wool dressier coat. Some people would call this a blazer, but not to me. I can tell that this is a dressier overcoat. So just, kind of differentiating between the two. A blazer is more form-fitting. This is definitely meant to be an overcoat. Typically, the dressier coats are longer length, they're slightly more structured, and they're usually a neutral color. The people looking for these dressier overcoats are usually business people. I oftentimes will use the keywords like career, office, business, and also the keyword dressy. It could really be made out of anything, but the ones that I generally see that perform the best, especially in the men's department, are the longer length men's wool coats. Again, typically a neutral color. If you are passing on these because they just look too heavy and bulky, you don't really know what to do with them, it might be a mistake. I'll give you some examples here on the screen of some dressy coats in both the men's and the women's department that have performed very well, but this is definitely a style aesthetic that you're going to want to keep your eye out for. And again, brands that you wouldn't normally pick up can do well in this style. You just want to make sure that you're looking that up. Off the top of my head, I can think of a ton of men's ones that I've sold in the past. Calvin Klein is a really good one in the men's department, and that's typically not a brand I get in many things. So keep your eye out for those dressy overcoats. Fabrics besides wool that do well are like cashmere, merino wools, even camel hair can sometimes do well. Also, as I mentioned, these dressy coats tend to be longer, so adding the keyword long in your title is going to go a long way. No pun intended. The next one that you guys need to be on the lookout for, because this factor can increase value in a lot of things, are different necklines in sweaters. So I have a live example here. I'm going to take a second. Can anybody guess what this neckline is called? If you guys are not familiar with the necklines of sweaters, like on the eBay drop downs or on the Poshmark drop downs, you definitely want to start learning those, start looking those up and become familiar with them. This one is a mock neck. This is the brand Notte di Anita. It is a made in Italy cashmere wool blend sweater, super cute, kind of poncho style. But when you see a turtleneck, a mock neck, a funnel neck, there's so many different ones, a cowl neck, you want to include that in your search during this time of the year because, like I said, that extra addition of the feature of a specific neckline can really elevate your piece and also increase the sell-through rate of an item. If you are searching, a J. Crew cashmere sweater, that comp is going to look a lot different than a J. Crew cashmere turtleneck sweater. And generally speaking, the things with the longer, more interesting necks do increase the ASP. So become familiar with your necklines, but generally speaking, I would say mock neck and turtleneck are the ones you're going to come across the most. And lastly, something you guys will want to look for, this has been true for I've been reselling for so long, at least 5 years. Every single year for fall and winter, this material type, this fabric type does well. It is corduroy. And especially because some of the more vintagey looking stuff came back in style, I feel like this is super trendy. It's kind of like a 70s vibe look. This one is a Ralph Lauren men's blazer, and it is corduroy. And again, similarly to what we've talked about already, you're going to see a lot different comps for, a wool blazer than you are a corduroy blazer. And not just blazers either. I look for corduroy in pants. I look for it in jackets, blazers, shirts. Corduroy is super popular during fall and winter and can really increase the value. And companies don't put a lot of stuff out in corduroy, which is why I think the sell-through rate tends to be so high in fall and winter, because it's sought after, but there's less of it because companies don't put as much out. So keep your eye out for corduroy. If it is a brand that you wouldn't normally get, consider looking it up with the keyword corduroy and just seeing what comps look like, because I think you would be surprised. I think it was last year I looked up J. Crew men's corduroy pants. That was it. I didn't add any specific style, any specific size, and it was over 100% sell-through rate. Same thing with a no-name corduroy jacket. You definitely want to keep your eye out for corduroy. There are also some kind of just random bolos I can think of right now that are vintage, that if you can find them in corduroy do really well. Specifically, OP, vintage corduroy shorts, over the last so many months have been an insane bolo. I'm going to pop that up here on the screen. And that used to be a brand that was kind of cheap when it was first out, but now that there are vintage corduroy pieces, people are really seeking after them. Plus, a lot of companies are starting to incorporate corduroy into some of their newer designs because it is such a trending fabric. Out of all of the material and fabric types I can think of for fall and winter, this is definitely the one that I think has the most impact on your search and your sell-through rate. You also want to look for details with corduroy. So you might have a denim jacket, but if it's got a corduroy collar, that can also increase the value of an item. So we're looking for corduroy in pretty much all the places, including small details in items. All right, you guys, so those are 3 types of items you should be looking for. Again, become familiar with how to list these things, especially the necklines. It's going to go a long way when you are looking for the items, how to search it, how to list it, and how to get it out the door. Hope that you guys find these videos helpful. If you like them, don't forget to give me a thumbs up on your way out. I'd love to continue making these series and doing some more deep dives of slowing it down and talking about factors for fall and winter. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.